Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or in rare cases, good night. So what I want to show you is how to use the algebra tiles. Some people are having issues with it, so I just want to make sure that you don't get frustrated with it just because you don't know how to use the program. So what you're going to do is look at the problem at the top. If it's a problem that you're unsure of or you go to solve and you have issues, all you have to do is push this button and it gives you a new problem. You'll also use that at the end. Okay? So for the wood, that is on my screen right now. We have the number 1 and we have the x right here. So I have 1 positive x, so I'm going to move this over to here. And then it says -3. Remember, that means that it's -3. Okay, that's not 3 positive tiles. So these are positives when they're yellow. So what I'm going to do is click this button. Now they're red. That means negative. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 -1 tiles. And that represents that -3. Then I'm going to switch back to my positive tiles and I'm going to put 4 of them there. Okay? From there, what we're going to do is I'm going to actually solve. So, right, we would draw our line, circle what we want to get alone, and then do the inverse. So the inverse is adding 1, 2, I'm sorry. Let me take those off. I forgot one thing. First, you have to check. So this says that little check, that little sound means you solved the problem correctly. If this does not pop up and your screen turns orange, that means you did something wrong. Now we can actually solve it. I'm so sorry for that confusion. So again, the inverse of this -3 is +3. And I do that on this side because I need to get this green alone. So I do the same thing over here. Okay. Then, do you see this button right here, what they're doing? So I'm going to click that. I'm going to touch red and yellow pairs. Red and yellow pairs. And if I could do that on this side, I would. But I can't. I have no red and yellow pairs that I could make go away. So I'm going to click back here. So what this shows me is that I have 1 green left, which is my goal. And I have how many yellow? 7. So I would put 7 right here and I would put check. Again, that sound, that green check, that means that I did the problem correct and my answer is right. So then I would click the little paper and I would go on to the next one. I think I know how to do that problem, so I'm going to click this one. Ooh, this one seems a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's do this one together. So I will start with making negatives. So I have -1, -2, -3, and -4. -4, 1 tiles, or 4 -1 tiles, okay? Then I make it a positive, so I can get my 1, 2 positive x's. Now on the flip side, I have a -1, and I have a positive x. Okay, so now I will check. Heard that sound? That's what I want. So we will go to the next part. I'm going to get my x's to be on the same side, right? So we're going to start with our x's. I'm going to have negatives. And because there is 1x here that's a positive, I'm going to add 1 there. Whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other. So add 1 there. Then I'm going to switch. Let's cancel out our pairs, actually. This goes away. This goes away. I have my 1 green, which is what I want. So I'm going to go back to my little mousy thing. I'm going to switch back. So now because I have 1 green left here, I need to move these over to this side. So because there are 4 negatives, I'm going to add 4 positive versatiles. And then I will do the same thing on this side. Okay? And that's just because this is a -4, so I would add +4 to this side. This was -4, so I had +4 on both sides. Okay? Now I can do my cancel out. So this cancels out. Sorry, I don't know why that didn't work. This cancels out. This cancels out. This cancels out. Okay? So see, let me see what you would get if you didn't continue on. Oh, see how this is orange and this is orange? That means that you did something wrong. Okay? So why don't I finish? Perfect. Oh, see how this isn't orange? So this is the right answer, but you forgot to answer up here. So I have 1, 2, 3, and they are positive. That's correct. Okay? And that's how you are solving these problems. Again, if you get one where you get stuck, either email me, show up to office hours, or push this button right here.